With every case that I research, I catalog, I organize, and I think critical. And in that, what if I told you I believe that a plastic empty bag is what caused the entire landfill search? And what I'm about to share you has never what I'm about to share with you has never been shared anywhere on the internet. I created a theory. It was called the blackout theory. And it was vetted by 12,000 people or more. I then was able to use you guys because you're also like me. You're a critical thinker. You memorize things that are important with each case. You put your heart with that victim. And in a sense, I think we all become the victim because we're looking through their eyes, trying to understand their story. We fall in love with the victim. We get emotionally attached to the victim. We also have to think about what really occurred, what really happened with what we think we know. So, after 12,000 of you vetted it, I took every single comment into consideration. I've taken time on this, and I have already submitted it to TBI and the FBI and some other authorities that be. When I submitted it, it's not because it's a whim. It's not because, I just felt like this could have been what happened. I'm actually asking anyone, TBI, FBI, show me proof I'm wrong. Please. Oh, I just wish I was wrong. I want to say you are watching a members chat live, but it is going out to the public. I want to welcome all 136 of you. I appreciate my Starlight so much. The reason we went members tonight is because what I'm about to share with you is what was actually submitted. I don't want any trolls tonight, which even though we have beautiful subscribers that are our 1111 family, right now we need to keep chat very focused on what I'm about to show you. I now understand when they say law enforcement has not found evidence of foul play. However, I'm hoping there's something buried within what I'm about to show you that in some way inspires them to connect the dots that behind the scenes Ellie has already. And they're like, wait a minute, that was the last thing we needed. And boom, 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 boom. But I cannot take credit for this theory because it came from all of you working with me from the beginning on this case. So this is your theory that you vetted. However, at the very last minute, I realized there was a rule change. Now, if you did see Blackout Theory 1, it would have had the mother being the one that handed off Sebastian. And yet, she does hand him off in this theory. However, well, I'm just going to play it for you guys. I want to welcome my all-star panel, Jenny Troglin, Jennifer Swain, Sassy, Mr. Ifs, and I'm sure we will see Joyful Dolphin, or even Wildfire soon, maybe Born Pack Rat, Muffin Top, all kinds of good people. I want to welcome all my beautiful members, Lucy Lou, Lynette Klump, Julie S., Margaret Stewart, Wildman's Mom, and everybody else as well, and all those that are watching the live, as well as those that come back and watch the replay, because you all are supporting our goal. Now, I know a lot of people are like, she's just a YouTuber. That is not what I am. I'm a researcher, I'm a journalist, but I am also more of a, as one of the haters said, she always thinks she has to solve everything. And I'm like, well, you're not wrong. So let's get going, you guys. Let's get this out. Now, before I start, I know it sounds like I'm stalling, but I'm not. I just have a lot to cover. Um, I would like to talk about our button tonight. It is, you can't make a donation to me. It will go directly. You will be supporting, in lieu of coming to me, it will go directly to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children tonight. So anybody that donates to that, I've already put a little bit in the pot, not much, but a little bit. I would like you to help do that. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing just that. Let's get this theory on the board. And so that is why your button looks different. And I just want to give back, right, as much as I can. Now, I want to thank Bar Q, because they not only became a Starlight member, so welcome back, lovely, they also gifted 5 memberships. I kid you not. As well as, thank you for the snooper chat. I mean, boom, that was so kind of you. Karen Guy, 7 months. I love you too, lovely. And I believe it was Dana Lynn. There was somebody else that was a member for 16 months, and I want to thank you. I missed the name. I think it was Dana Lynn, but I could be wrong. Look at that! Anonymous donated 20. $50 from Jennifer Swain. And this is to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Oh, you guys gave me goosebumps. I love it. I appreciate that so much, you guys. We have got it up. We have $90 in donations tonight. Whatever. If you cannot afford to give, don't worry about it. It's not something where it's an obligation at all. It is just simply there for us to share if we can. Welcome to all our beautiful new members. And with that, I want to get into this. And this is what I've been working on. All right, you guys. Let's break it down. Trigger warning if you are triggered by search and recovery theories, if you feel me, because that's where this goes. And the plastic bag, I think, is what triggered this entire landfill search. But you're going to find out. You'll just have to listen close to that part. I will not be stopping this theory. It is my pre-recorded version. I will tell you there is music on it, and it's my music. So I would, out of respect, ask you not to play the entire theory, but share some of it if you want, and put a link over here just so that it gets attributed and people have the chance to hit that donate button for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. All right, my lovely, here we go. I love you all. Dim the lights. I want to start off by thanking you for your time in listening to this theory. I will make it as short as possible. It is based on logic. It is based on the knowledge of statements made by the parents as well as law enforcement and pressers, and as well as input from my viewers. I do have approximately 26,000 subscribers. We've been on the Sebastian case since day one, and this has been thoroughly vetted by those that have viewed the video. Out of over 12,000 that have seen this particular theory, with one altercation, I have it as loud as it will go. No, I don't. Okay, brace, it could hit your eardrums hard. I'm going to back it up. We're going to start it over, you guys. Sorry, that was 42 seconds. We'll never get back. Let's test it. It could blow your eardrums up, Dana, hun. Oh, and it was Dana. I try to keep up with everybody. I love you all. Now, remember, you guys, this theory, the way this goes, is not the same as I've shared in the past. That's why I said theory 2. And it's much more realistic. This theory is most likely, in my humble opinion, highly plausible and possible. Okay, let's test it. Here we go. I want to start up by thanking you for your time in listening to this theory. I will make it as short as possible. It is based on logic. It is based on the knowledge of statements made by the parents as well as law enforcement and pressers, and as well as input from my viewers. I do have approximately 26,000 subscribers. We've been on the Sebastian case since day one, and this has been thoroughly vetted by those that have viewed the video. Out of over 12,000 that have seen this particular theory, with one altercation, there were only 5 individuals who felt that it might waste your time. I ask you if you humbly will just allow me to share it, keep an open mind, and realize we only intend to help. Means, mode, and opportunity, as well as motive. In this theory, there are 3 parties suspected. The first action would be roles would be assigned, planned, prepped, timed, and executed. First actor being the stepfather Chris, second actor the mother Katie, and third actor is step grandma B. Stepdad's possible motives. Chris P. is in a custody battle for his daughter. Chris P. stated he would not allow his daughter in the same residence as Sebastian. Multiple CPS reports alleged by Sebastian in regards to Chris P. Seth R., the real father, alleges that Chris P., talking with Robin R., Seth's mom, accused Sebastian of being a pedo. Possible feelings of resentment, jealousy, and fueled hatred. Another possible motive would be Chris P. was not in the home since February 24th, and it could be due to possible significant event occurring during Christmas break when Chris P.'s daughter was visiting. Sebastian was not in the residence at the time, but rather he FaceTimed his I guess she would be half-sister. Chris P.'s ex-wife, Nina, filed emergency temporary paperwork regarding their daughter in January of 2024, the month before Sebastian is reported missing. Grandma B's possible motives. Possibly protecting her son Chris P. from Sebastian's multiple allegations to CPS. Chris P.'s ex-wife, Nina, publicly alleged Chris P.'s mother, Grandma B., and family conspired against Nina to gain custody of Chris P.'s minor daughter, and she also alleged that they took the child away from Nina. Feeling resentment, possibly burdened, embarrassed by Sebastian's special needs. The mother's possible motives. Katie's childhood trauma by RSO mother triggered Katie to fear autistic son Sebastian maturing to puberty without understanding socially acceptable private boundaries. Possible ultimatum from Chris B., i.e. Sebastian or Chris P. Possibly another motive, threat of loss of security with no family to rely on with disabled son. Another would be Katie choosing herself over her responsibilities as a mother to Sebastian. Katie does have extensive understanding of communications and electronics. She was an interior communications electrician in the Navy and also works for Brink Security Systems. However, has no security systems within the home when Sebastian was reported missing. Prep leading up. First, it is very simple to prep for this theory. This is all that would need to happen. They would remove all security cameras and security systems on Sebastian's home. They would set the house to a blackout, so when they arrived at night, there would be no exterior lights on. They would pack an outfit with reflection on Sebastian's pants or shirt, most likely pants. They would pack it to look like an overnight bag and bring snacks for, quote, sleepover with family cousins, a flashlight, and a compass. And they're ready. Katie's version of Sebastian's last day together.
Sunday, the day before he went missing. We got up and, fun fact, I made breakfast that morning. We had a good time. We were laughing, we were joking. He talked to family on the phone during breakfast to brag. We went and picked up our niece.
Sister,
yeah, I got a call and asked if I could go and pick her up, and I did. And so we went and did that. We went to BJ's. Had a good time there. He ate a colossal popcorn. Came home to put groceries away because we bought snacks because, you know, he's 15 and snacks. We went to the bowling alley, and then from there we went to dinner. Came home. He took out the trash because that's his chore. He takes the can to the end of the driveway. About 9 o'clock, told him to go to bed. And he's come out of his room where he was playing, and he said, "All right, good night, Mama. Good night, puppies. I love you." And went to bed. He was doing something in his room because about an hour later I heard some noise, and I was like, "I don't care what you're doing in there, but go to sleep." And about midnight I got up and I went to bed. And 6 o'clock I went to wake him up for school Monday morning, and that's when he wasn't here.
Phase 1, the last day. Katie makes Sebastian breakfast. Best day ever. With CP's family and Sebastian's cousins. It established a public alibi for most of the day with Sebastian. This public outing was with Chris P's family. It also establishes the message that this child is loved, cared for, and is fun, and everything is wonderful. Then there's the Last Supper, which is at Texas Roadhouse, which provides that last proof of life visual of Sebastian. Phase 2, dash cam proof. In order to prove that Sebastian went to his home, you would simply need to provide that Sebastian was in the vehicle with Katie and that there's basically no chance for missing time. However, you could have wiggle room in that timeline of 5 to 10 minutes of going from Texas Roadhouse home and never be the wiser. And that's where the handoff happens. 6 o'clock p.m., Katie and Sebastian share last meal at Texas Roadhouse. 6:39 p.m., Katie and Sebastian exit Texas Roadhouse with last proof of live video. 6:45 p.m., Grandma B arrives near R.L. Warsham's General Store and Beach High School. She goes past it into a small, secluded area down the road. Grandma B waits for Katie and Sebastian to arrive, leaving her own phone at home for alibi. 6:45 p.m. Katie's dash cam captures Sebastian's voice as proof of driving home. This is a map. This is the R.L. Warsham's General Store. It is approximately 1.3 miles to Sebastian's home. The dash camera records Sebastian before he reached the final destination, which I believe somewhere around here or here they met Grandma B. Phase 3, First Secret Handoff. 6:50 p.m., Katie and Sebastian arrived to meet Grandma B in the disclosed location. 6:55 p.m., Sebastian changes into his black clothes at the vehicles, leaving clothes he wore all day with Katie for proof of Sebastian, quote, returning home. Remember, it is dark. He's changing into black clothes. 7 o'clock p.m., Grandma B and Sebastian leave for a, quote, family sleepover with cousins, driving to Mississippi with snacks. Katie and Sebastian bought for the trip. Strong alibi for Chris P. is that he is out of state. 7:05 p.m. Katie arrives at home in total darkness, the blackout, parking her car in the garage, closing the door undetected in the blackout. Where I believe that Chris may have been staying was Horn Lake, Mississippi. It's only 22 minutes from St. Jude, 17.9 miles, as you can see on this map. But it also gives him another direction he could go. However, if we look at his work, it's very close to the Mississippi River. This would also be crossing state lines, giving him not only a strong alibi, but completely complicating the case. Chris P. worked at St. Jude's when Sebastian went missing. When it comes to the blackout, I recorded this off of Nancy Grace, where the mother answers 3 times and declares there are no exterior lights the night Sebastian went missing.
Or lights on the outside of your house?
Yes, we do have lights on the outside of our house.
Did they activate that night?
They're not motion censored. We have lights, but they're not motion censored.
Were they on that night?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Were they on that night? So the lights were out the whole night?
Yes, ma'am. We don't typically turn the floodlights on.
Were there any lights outside the house on at all?
Just my little solar lights that we have in the garden.
And there you have it, Katie herself declaring 3 times there were no exterior lights. It was a complete blackout on her home. The father did see footage that he alleges came from TBI, where they showed him someone taking the garbage out. However, his take on the blacked out house was that he could only see the flashlight of the person taking out the garbage, but the house was blacked out. His thoughts were very interesting.
No. In 2024, I'll walk outside right now and you look around and people have at least their porch light on. Something that makes it obvious so that if you're walking around the house, they can see. Nobody has their yard and their house all blacked out so that cameras can't see shit unless you're fucking hiding something.
And that was his thoughts. And when it comes to the footage at the end of the driveway with the garbage going out, this was his expression. He couldn't see anything. So, I think it would be far-fetched to assume that it's automatically Sebastian. Listen to the father's statement.
We truly do not know what's going on. Unfortunately, haven't found any video proof of him since Texas Roadhouse. The video that they showed me of him taking the trash out,
Yeah.
you can't see, so it's not a definite picture.
So wait. So when you say when the video of him taking the trash out, you can't really see. Can you explain what you actually saw in that footage then of him taking out the trash, allegedly?
You see a flashlight.
And
That's about it.
And that's it.
That's it.
And what time was that at again?
You see a shadow. There, I didn't see a time leak on there because it was a ring cam.
Aye. So only and that ring cam. I know you can't give us specifically the location of that ring cam, but was it nearby? Was it like that video that we saw that was like, you know, a cropped, super cropped footage from a very big picture?
They showed me the whole thing, and it's too dark.
Okay.
Too dark for me to say that that's my son. You know?
Yeah, no doubt. I would be wondering if that's actually him or not too, right? That's interesting.
You can always hope it is, but that's speculation. You know?
Right.
Agreed. And so then it makes me wonder, Katie's at home in this area alone. She's got it blacked out. Did she simply take the garbage out with all her security camera in there and put it at the curb? Is that possible that's why the garbage was a little heavier when they picked it up in the morning? This also would establish a false narrative for Sebastian being home. At 9 p.m., Katie accepts Chris P's cell call from Mississippi to establish phone data alibi. At 10:30 p.m., Grandma B and Sebastian arrive at the Mississippi River, meeting Chris P at a secluded location. Now, I don't know where that location is, but this caught my eye. If Chris is here in Horn Lake, it is literally 14.2 miles rather than 17.5. It's 22 minutes from Horn Lake here to the Mississippi River. And there happens to be a park right here with complete access directly to the Mississippi, where there's a boat dock. You can get into wooden boats and all different kind of boats. This would be at night, and you can access the deepest parts of the Mississippi River. Phase 5 would be to eliminate target. At 10:40 p.m., Grandma B leaves Sebastian with Sebastian's shoes. Sebastian's shoes would be removed because he is very good at running, excellent at running. He would have been put in dark clothes so that others couldn't see him. However, there may be reflective material on the child so that if he does manage to try to hide, it would be very easy to see him with a flashlight. The shoes would be removed so that Sebastian couldn't run away. There'd be no escape. The reason they would be returned at the home would be as a red herring and to allow the parents to suggest the child never left the home. So I believe that Grandma put the shoes in a bag and in the back of her vehicle and drove back to Tennessee. At 11 p.m., I believe Chris decides to play a warped game mentally, telling Sebastian that he's a ninja and to go. I believe he eliminates Sebastian, and that is why we see possible defensive wounds on Chris P's arms. At 11:30 p.m., Chris P sinks Sebastian in the Mississippi River. 12:15 p.m., Chris P returns to the RV, picks up the cell phone that's been on or being connected to Katie's cell phone and says, "Good night, go to bed." That's her cue to know everything's done. The call is ended and the alibi is established with a 3-hour call. I want to know, when Grandma B returns to Hendersonville, was it her and Katie in the backyard with flashlights handing off the shoes, Sebastian's shoes? Let's look.
Man, and this one is getting the most attention, showing signs of activity around Sebastian's home the night he disappeared. You see, 2 light sources, which we've circled to help you follow. For point of reference, the security camera was pointed toward the back of Sebastian's home in a common area. In the video, you see subject 1 with a light source in the lower right-hand corner. Then you see subject 2 briefly appear and move toward the first before that light source is covered or obscured by bushes. Subject 1, a few seconds later, then moves out of frame. Then, subject 2 reappears and follows subject 1 off screen. It's a short time later, and it's very vague, but then you see one of the subjects moving quickly back through the common area, and that is it. I know, there's not much to see here. You certainly cannot identify anyone, but those close to the investigation tell me the mere fact that there is now evidence that someone is in the area around Sebastian's home is significant.
Base 6. Established runaway scent. 2:45 a.m. Grandma B arrives in Hendersonville, parks at the Stafford Court construction site, leaves on foot with flashlight, and takes Sebastian's shoes out of the bag, causing the tracking dogs to alert later that day on the construction site. I also believe when she returns to her car, she rinses the bag that Sebastian's shoes were in, probably a large freezer Ziploc bag, in that water. And that's why the dogs dove to the water. It's almost as if the dogs reversed engineered. They went from Sebastian's home to the construction site when it would have really been, in this theory, Grandma B coming from the construction site to Sebastian's home. 3:11 a.m., Grandma B and Katie use small flashlights to find each other and hand off Sebastian's shoes to Katie, with confirmation in the backyard caught on the cam. 4 o'clock a.m., Chris P. returns to the scene to assure target remained submerged. I believe that this is Chris's way of saying that it's just a mystery and it's unsolvable as to why the dogs would hit on that pond, but the scent would go no further. But if you reverse engineer it, it makes perfect sense if that is where the scent originated at and went to Sebastian's house.
I'd like to clarify this whole dog scent thing for once and for all. So the dog scent, everybody said, oh, the dogs didn't get a scent, dogs didn't get. The dogs got a scent. What the dogs got and where it led to, there's a lot of misinformation as far as to the road, to the construction site, to this, to that, to this. For the record, there were so many dogs used, I don't know if we actually have a true count. On the day one, there was 5 dogs automatically, we know for a fact. They brought dogs in from out of state, different counties, all over the place. But of all the dogs, there was a couple that took them through a construction zone and took them over to a retention pond. Now, the retention pond is no higher than knee deep.
Right.
They walked it and they drained it. But from there, the scent disappears. There's poof.
Right.
Poof. Well, I believe this is a map of the Stafford Court. Sebastian lives here. I believe that the person parked way over here where there are no houses, went through the construction site, like I said, with Sebastian's shoes. And I believe they walked him over to Sebastian's house. That would be Grandma B, and gave them to Katie. And that's how she got the shoes, with the red herring that now redirects the scenario that Sebastian's shoes are at home. Meanwhile, that plastic bag that's sitting in her vehicle, I think she pulls it out and rinses it off in that pond, and then perhaps throws that in the dumpster itself, gets in the car, and leaves. That would really saturate that area with his scent, especially if there's just a Ziploc bag and nobody is the wiser in that dumpster. But If it had held his shoes, well, that would explain why you were at the landfill. Phase 7. Report and role play. 5:15 a.m., Chris P. goes into work 1 hour early. Don't know why. 6:15 a.m., Katie drives around Beach High School area alleging she is searching for Sebastian. 6:48 a.m., Katie calls Chris P. to queue up the three-way call to the sheriff office in Tennessee and returns home. 7 o'clock a.m., Seth R. is notified by Chris P. of Sebastian missing. He texts him, "Don't be upset," and then called him. 7:30 a.m., Seth R. arrives at Sebastian's home, reports Katie and Grandma B are already present and speaking with L.E. Phase 7. Continued report and role play. 1 p.m., Chris P. arrives at Sebastian's home. Approximately 2 o'clock p.m., Chris P. leaves, claiming he is required to move his RV back in Mississippi immediately. 5:30 p.m., Chris P. is returning to the scene of the crime to assure all is undiscovered. Phase 8, damage control. 8 days after Sebastian was reported missing, the searchers pulled back. However, KP, Katie, and Chris P. give an interview, and many people are asking, and I mean thousands, if these are defensive wounds on Chris's arm. Could this be 8 days after healing? You might ask, why would he have not worn long sleeves if these are defensive wounds? Well, maybe they're not defensive wounds, but why didn't he wear long sleeves to avoid suspicion? I suggest this is blown up and really looked at. To me, it looks like nail marks. He claimed that it was puppies. Look closer. Those could be bites. Phase 9. Evade and disperse. Any time very close people to a loved one leave the state directly after the person goes missing, it's a red flag. And that's why I've chosen these people as my suspects. After Sebastian was reported missing, Sebastian's mother, stepdad, and Grandma B left the state of Tennessee. It was astonishing to all of us. I would like you to take this moment to listen to Chris brag how, somehow, this was the unsolvable crime. Would you be saying that? If your son was missing, would you be boasting? Let's listen.
You know,
No,
really
I mean,
not.
so here's something that's very unique. And I mean, we talk about it whenever they come and they talk to us or they call us on the phone. This is a case that literally has got all of these agencies stumped. Okay, and I'm saying this very openly as far as, you know, playing devil's advocate. Let's say one of us was suspected of foul play. Let's say something, right?
Right.
There's no way that we would outdupe all these agencies. There's no way. However, this 15-year-old boy has managed to outdo everybody. Call him Houdini. He always wanted to be a ninja, and we kept goofing around. Well, he has officially done it, because poof, nothing. You know, and it's, you know, the cops have told us this is a case that will go down as a researched study case where they're asking the questions and looking for answers, and literally nothing. Everything they try to come up with, blank.
Well, I pray this helps in some way. I know you have all the information on your side behind the scenes. Perhaps something I've shared with you inspires you in the right direction. I appreciate your time. Please find Sebastian, and I trust you to find the answers. Sebastian has not been found. You've stated there's no evidence of foul play. Could you have cameras checked in the areas I've listed? Could there be something left behind of Sebastian's in that area? Please. Look in Mississippi, I ask you. We all stand behind him because we are Sebastian Strong. Thank you for your time. Godspeed. And that is what I gave them. I pray I'm wrong, because it is absolutely heartbreaking and all too real how tidy that fits with everything that Chris P. has ever said. The reflective strips down the child's blackout bit. The blackout of the house. He wanted to be a ninja. Poof. The crime must fit the punishment. How badly let me put it this way. What was Sebastian really about to tell everyone? I believe we are getting very close, Lynette. So I do understand that there is some people that are in Mississippi, and they are willing to do some searching in the area that we're talking about, which is an excellent start. I also, like I said, I'm reminding you all, we're up to, I believe, $195 donated to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And that's why our heart button is different tonight. Excellent idea, Mr. S. He says, I don't know them, but there are some Bower socks in Alaska for some research. Excellent idea. So, I don't know if you guys felt that my theory was plausible, but with everything we know, it would even explain the dash cam. The plastic bag that had the shoes in it. Well, it would be nothing for Sebastian's scent to be all over her car when he was alive. Right? So what would it matter if there were shoes? Well, his shoes in a bag would all of a sudden just appear and lead nowhere, right at the place she wanted him to when she entered the construction site, leading a scent all the way back to Sebastian's house. And then, after she gives the shoes to Katie, did she wash the bag up in that water? Did she throw that empty, clear, freezer-sized Ziploc bag in the garbage bin? And they probably even touched that bag in that landfill and still didn't know why they were there. They just knew the dogs hit in that area. What do you guys feel? Dana Lynn, I'm not getting an option to donate. Only 3 super chat stickers. Members chat option. Which one? I don't know, sweetheart. I don't. I don't know how to work it. Debbie Clark says, that is so heart-touching and so very thoughtful, Mama D. You have done something very beautiful and so real. Well, you guys are doing it. You guys are the ones that are helping me get this all together. You guys are the ones donating with me. It's all of us. So, I'm the one that's basically saying, hey, come over for our get-together at my house. You guys are bringing the party to help with Sebastian's search. I want to hit this up. I am working on a project. And now that this has all been submitted, I'm going to take a couple days. And then I'm diving head first. And I'm going to need people to help me do certain things. Because why should I recreate the wheel by myself, not knowing how? And my goal is to get a Sebastian law passed that says 13 and under or an Amber Alert would require an immediate investigation, criminal investigation. And so I was thinking, I'm looking for some of you, especially members that are truly supporting the cause. There would be no money involved. It is basically whatever letters I'm taught to write through the help that I get, that you guys duplicate it for your county and your state along with me. Are you following me? So, like, I'm going to get in touch with a mentor that's already done this, where they have the bill for Lily Peterson passed, okay? Right in Wisconsin. He's only 45 minutes away from me, and I'm going to get with him through emails and so forth. Now, he is going to begin giving us, like, what steps we have to take. And so I want each of you thinking, would that be a role that you would like to play in trying to get that law passed in your area? It's a lot easier to get us duplicated out, which is, it was always weird because I've been known as a rubber ducky since I was little bitty. And then when I did my first YouTube channel, which is still up and it is dedicated almost completely, 99.8%, to Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey, in that I was rubber ducky. And it was almost as if everybody felt like they were a rubber ducky too, because we were all part of a team that was working for one big movement, and it worked. Like when I started Rubber Ducky, you guys, we were fighting and imagining and wondering what it would be like to have Kathleen Zellner as the post-conviction lawyer. We worked our butts off, and guess what she is doing today? She represents Stephen Avery. So I was part of that. I was one of the leaders in that. And so we need to take this up a level and say, what can we physically try to do in honoring Sebastian to bring the awareness that we should not be begging for a criminal investigation on a child that is an Amber Alert with special needs, and in the circumstance that he has no way to survive on his very own. You're in, Jennifer? Excellent. Mr. Ifs is in. Everybody's in. Everybody's in. We've got Missouri on board. How about this? You guys light it up with the state that you're in. And if you are in a state where you're willing to help duplicate this process with me, right? We may have to set up like Discord, which I don't like using it, but I can. We might have to set up something where we would have a communication board. And maybe not Discord, because I hate the name of it. It might be a Facebook, like not maybe a page or a group that's not about just Sebastian's awareness only, because I want no drama. What we're going to be focused on that is actually duplicating whatever the process is in getting the more and more people on board. And think about it. If we could get, like, say, 3 to 5 or 7 even states to where we've got some attention, maybe national news would pick up on it and be like, hey, let's get some wind behind this. And we're not politicians, so eventually it would be handed off, and then there's lobbyists, and it gets crazy. But we can write it and push it and give it that wind, to like a texting group or something. Darlene Wolf, excellent idea. Okay, so maybe I'll create, because it doesn't need to be public. I mean, it can be, I don't care. I'll do some work on it. Give me a week, because I don't want this to be a fly-by-night thing. This needs to be thought out. Do we want a group? Do we want a page? I need somebody that's got I'll tell you now, the admins here will be grandfathered over if they have Facebook to be able to monitor that group. We'll figure it out. 10 are already spoken already. Alaska, we would have North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Ontario, Canada, of course, Wisconsin. Hey, Jude, you rock. California, Florida, the DC, New Jersey, Missouri, Michigan, Florida, Ohio, Tennessee. You guys, I'm totally excited about this. I've been needing something that fires me up. Now listen, I have to take a minute to say I'm about to break down in tears, and here is why. My son is autistic, and a lot of my friends on here, my 11 family and friends, have autistic children. Sebastian is autistic. And so I also believe in my heart that Brendan Dassey is on the spectrum. And I have been trying to push for him my entire, what has it been, 2016, and we're in 2024. So 8 years. 8 years of my life to trying to bring awareness to these children that are falling prey because of difficulties in their life that they already are faced with. And, oh, hi, Joyful Dolphin. What happened? Oh, baby, I just fried some eggs and bacon and made you a breakfast. But you might not be able to keep it down because it's heart-dropping. It just drops your heart. So, Joyful, you may not be able to watch this. But if you can handle it, rewatch. Connecticut. I do too, Jude. So our first goal, which we've got to keep this very streamlined, is to figure out where is the media that we are using to message on. And so I want you to go to our community post, okay? And I will put, let me make a note. Where's our whiteboard? Hold on, y'all. Whiteboard time. Make community post asking most favorable platform. All right. So you guys, we have to have a message board. It doesn't have to be public. It can be public. I don't care. It will be modded. We'll figure it out. What platform do we use? So you'll have a chance to vote and be able to voice your opinion. So what did you guys think of the plausibility of this theory? Let's get Sebastian up on the screen, you guys. If I can get it to work. Hold on. There it goes. Sebastian is 15 years old. He is missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. He is on the spectrum of autism. This is an Amber Alert. He's a little bit lighter, according to his dad, than the 120 that's on the poster. He has a beautiful smile. He smiles in almost every picture you see. A very cheesy, cute smile. He does wear glasses. He does not like to be barefoot. He wears a lot of black clothing, which is interesting to me. This is his dad, Seth. He loved his dad and his mom very much. You can see he's got little dimples when he smiles. He loved reptiles and Minecraft and ice cream. Thank you, Anonymous, for donating to our cause tonight, which is the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Thank you for that $10 donation, lovely. Who's been keeping count? Are we at 205? Have we raised $205 in one night for them? If we're up there, I just want to say thank you all for doing this with me. That warms my heart. I'm going to be smiling when I go to sleep tonight because this is my life path. So when you guys do that, you're donating to my heart. Thank you, thank you. He is a cheeky guy, says Darlene Wolf. You can tell his teachers are very confident in being close with him, engaging with him. They're comfortable and they enjoy being with him. But why were they in that landfill? Was it because of simply a plastic bag and they didn't know it? Welcome, Marcy, Australia, to our Starlight Seeds. Hello, beautiful. Welcome, welcome. Gosh, you look like a model. Gorgeous eyes. He is his daddy's twin. He's a mini me to Seth, I think. Dana Lynn says, just in case anyone needs to know, if you came in early, go out and come back in to give you the chance to donate. Oh, thank you, Dana Lynn. If you don't have a donate button, then you have to exit and re-enter, and you'll have this little two hands holding together, which is a symbol of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children symbol. And then that helps them to, get these missing posters out in Walmarts and all kinds of amazing, amazing things they do. He does look so happy. He always looks happy. He's got this, I don't know, just this innocent, like goofy, little fun, quirky personality in his photos. Look, he looks very studious, doesn't he? I think he was a brilliant young man. I do. I really do. I think when the dice got rolled for him, it came up with a full house that was disconjointed. Ring, ring, house of insanity. How do you plead? I don't feel like anybody within that home valued how unique he is. Anonymous just donated $50 to National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You just made my heart grow. Y'all, what are we at? Will it tell us? Will it tell me? No. Okay, so it was 255. Thank you guys. I just love this. That might be what Sebastian's cause is getting laws passed to help other children from going through this in the future. I hate to say this, but if we're always focused on only the now, we can never learn from our mistake. We have to look at it as if it's a past event a little bit and go, what would we do different to prevent it? In prevention, would it not scare more people if they thought, oh my God, it'll be an instant criminal investigation in my home? Think of the deterrent that would have been in possibly Sebastian's case, Summer Wells' case, Orrin and Orson, Classic and Sincere's case, Harmony Montgomery, all kinds of places. We're a little bit higher than that. We just got another 50, lovely. Yeah, we're at 255. So here's that pond that they're working on, right? Just rinse the bag out, you guys. They had his shoes in it. Look, the dogs. Mars Australia, thank you, lovely. Mama D, thank you for all that you do. If anyone deserves support, it is sure a wonderful lady like you who works so hard as a voice for the voiceless at 1111 True Crime. It's all of you are my voice, lovely. I am your voice. We are strong in unity. We are. We are a force, y'all, says Jennifer Swain. I feel like we need to go. So if you guys are not familiar, we have a goat. It releases stress. Sometimes it's just because we need to have a tension breaker. And let's take a deep breath, and you're going to hear a loud scream. It is actually a little prop that is a goat. And when I squeeze him, he screams. So here you go. This is for all my 1111s out there in YouTube world and wherever else you're seeing me. This is a scream for justice. We're going to get there, you guys. If there's one legacy I hope I leave this planet with when my head is under the ground, that my kids can look back on, and that's that I fought for the children of our future. I want them to know I didn't sit by idly. I want my children to look back and say, my mom tried to save all of us. And that's the truth. Dana Lynn says, turn on lights on, never took the puppies out to use the bathroom. Wonder if the puppies went with Sebastian, you guys. Ely Andrews, hello, lovely. You say, Mama D, my inner clock is an hour late. Wake up. Oh, no. Well, you've got some things to watch, but there is a trigger warning with it, lovely. It doesn't end well. But like I said, I really feel that what those dogs were hitting on was a plastic bag that was rinsed out in that pond that had held his shoes, like a JCPenney's bag, something like that. And then it was just thrown in that dumpster, which, as we know, was the dumpster that led to the Kansas City landfill they searched. Sabby BK, I haven't seen you forever and a day. You say, I came in perfect timing. Billy the Goat. You remember? I missed you, Sabby BK. Good to see you. And Jennifer's like, Billy! Mr. Ifs says his dinner has arrived. What you having, Mr. Ifs? Dana Lynn says, I wrote a long post. It's split into 3. Oh, let me scroll back up. Oh, it's way at the top. Okay, there, I read that part. Where is it? I sound like my dog's going to go get the ball, because that's what I say when we play. Where is it? If I say that, it'll wake him up. Dana Lynn says, they are such LIARSs. She's crooked. And I spell because of YouTube. We have to be careful. He called relatives to brag about breakfast, right? Picked up Bruce, went to BJ's. Who's Bruce? Who the heck is Bruce? Went to BJ's, came home, put up groceries, left, went bowling, then went to dinner, got home at 6:30. Dark now. Turned no lights on, but never took the puppies out to use the bathroom. Right? It does make me wonder. Nobody said anything about how you feel if it's a plausible theory that I saw. Nobody's given me feedback, and I already submitted it, so I can't change it. Is it plausible, you guys? Oh, the niece? The niece's name is what? Huh? Bruce? Who the heck is going to name a girl named Bruce? Well, I shouldn't say that, because my name is Danny. And I'm making light of somebody named Bruce. Darlene with peace smell. I don't know what that means, honey. It won't let you donate from Australia, Marislav? I'm sorry, hon. Very, very plausible, says Jenny. As says very plausible. Not Bruce. I meant niece. Okay. Man, that threw me for a loop. You never know, Mama D, says Darlene Whoop. It's very plausible. Margie Stewart. Lynette says yes. Boogie Greenstein, hello. You say, I put balls under my pillow. My blind cat finds them throughout the day and brings them to me. He meows with them in his mouth. Kitties. Gemini 65 says yes. All right. Well, I just have to do my own sanity check sometimes. I get my own little rabbit hole, and I get sometimes really deep in it. And then I'm like, this either makes complete sense to me and everything just clicked into place, or I've lost my mind. Okay, hold on. Rabbit, squirrel, whatever you want to call it. Interior families. Mr. Ifs has a fortune cookie. This is going to tell us, it says, we'll share the fortune in a little bit. Okay, you guys, we're going to make it a group fortune cookie as well as Mr. Ifs, right? And that is for Sebastian. So let's think very forward, positively for Sebastian, and the universe can give us the fortune cookie reading. Wondering if the reverse of the middle names was a slip. What you mean, Az? Okay, back up. Az says, does anyone remember how when Seth went off, he said, I named him Sebastian, I named him Drake, I named him Wayne. I don't know. Never thought of that. Okay, Joyful, we'll see you in a little bit, lovely. You have a female dog named Kevin? I had a male dog, a male dog named Sue for a long time. When the boys, I hadn't had the Quentin or Noah yet. Darling Wolf says, I can't lose my mind. I can't lose what I never had. Oh, thank you, Sass. I have been doing this slideshow kind of presentation my whole true crime life. This is how I've always done things. People think that I was a tarot reader first, but what they don't know is I worked 6 years, just like I am now, over on a channel called Rubber Ducky for Stephen Avery. And it's still got all the videos over there, and they still hold water. Now the prosecution is fully on board and trying to prosecute the people I believe to be guilty. The truth's coming clean. But so then I went into over here and I began to tarot read because I was like, I need out of true crime. Like, it'll eat your brain if you just stay in it, right? So I'm like, I'll share what I do privately a lot to get my tips, you know. And it ended up being that I came in with the tarot reading during the Gabby Petito case because I do get hunches and I do get what I call downloads. I don't know how I come up with stuff. It's like all of a sudden the idea pops in my head. I believe it comes from the universe. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody rinsed that bag out with shoes in that puddle right there at the construction site. And that's why they dove in the water. Of course. And what would you do? Put it back in your car, a plastic bag that had somebody's shoes in it? No. You'd throw that in the dumpster. I'm like, thank you, God, and the universe and my angels, right? And then I really started looking around. I'm like, there's like a couple channels that are research based, but is anybody else digging in? And I thought, well, I'll come on and we'll help plant seeds again of people doing the critical thinking to try to get to the bottom of it. I was awesome on Gabby. Thank you, Jenny. You used to live in Mishkat, hey Jude? God bless you that you are alive, lovely. That is wild. Mr. Is going to come on with me, I think next week if he has time. And we're going to be talking about the Stephen Avery, Brendan Dassey case. So for those of you that don't know about that case, you're going to get sucked into a rabbit hole you'll never get out of. Be careful. That's interesting, darling love. Mama D, his names are all comic characters. Comic book characters. Well, maybe that's what his dad loves, right? Maybe Seth loves the comic books. Say, quote, between the sheets after you read your fortune. What? Okay. All right, Mr. S, we're ready for the fortune cookie. it's going to say success is inevitable, right? Right, Darlene? His names are cartoon characters in the comics. I agree. Like I said, maybe Seth was really into comic book heroes. Yes, yes, Jennifer Swain. Remember the Johnny Cash song, A Boy Named Sue? That is exactly why what I named my dog after was the Johnny Cash song. Because since I was 6 years old, I wanted Johnny Cash to be my dad. I didn't know my dad even existed till I was 9. And so I would ask my mom, who's my dad? And she'd be like, Johnny Cash. I'm like, he's my dad? I love him. And so for 3 years of my life as a child, I thought Johnny Cash was my actual dad. Y'all. And then my Social Security card came in the mail for the first time ever. And I was like, where did I get that name and that number from? And it's different from my mom's name. So I asked her, and she's like, that's your dad's last name. And I was like, what? You said my dad's last name was Johnny Cash. And she's like, you believe that? I'm like, I told everybody in school that. I swore to it. So when I got older and I got this really beautiful dog, I named him Sue. Who is the Drake connection? Ass wants to know. I'm always full of, I always share my stories. I'm full of my experiences, and sometimes they just pop up. Okay. Dana Lynn, let's get this rolling. Dana Lynn is going to be in Mississippi. She's asking who all is going to be in Mississippi with her this week. We're going to have boots on the ground, you guys. Boogie Greensteet says, I love Johnny Cash. Love the movie with Jay Phoenix. Joyful Dolphin says, Iron Man. I know, Hey Jude. That's what I said. I am a old school baby. In a ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames, they got higher. I was in love with Johnny Cash. I still am, even though he was a rough soul. There was just something special about June Cash, I loved June Cash. Sassy, we do that, but didn't want to say that in chat. And then I'd read it. I love my family. You guys are incredible. You're dying, Jennifer Swain. I know, love, but it's true. I have to share parts of my life. Who else am I going to tell this stuff to? Crystal Clear, girl, my family wanted me to believe I was found under a rock. Oh, Lord, Crystal Clear. Is that why your name is Crystal Clear? Because you're a crystal clear rock? Like, I always take anything negative people say and I try to turn it into the best thing ever. And, a rock is solid. And I think you are crystal clear, honest, and solid like a rock. He Jude says, I love listening to Johnny Cash when I do my long arm quilting. Great song, says Gemini 65. You guys are giggling. Well, I am amazed and I feel so blessed that we have raised, I believe we were at $250. We'll leave it at that. Might have been a little dollar more, dollar less, not sure. But I want to thank all of you for donating to our cause tonight, which is a National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You guys warm my heart. You are feeding my heart when you donate to the cause to protect our children, which is our future. And I love you. I love you from the bottom of my heart. They do a great deal of work with parents that are trying to find their children. I have heard actual, what do you call it? Like testimonies from parents that have still to this day missing children, right? explain to me, and we've heard callers call in and talk about that, where that has helped them in so many ways. And Anonymous donated another $5 to National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Thank you, my lovely. Thank you so incredibly much, you guys. You are amazing, Anonymous. Thank you. John Walsh. That's a great idea. Darlene Wolf would like us to see if we can get a hold of John Walsh. Let me make a note. John Walsh. And talk to him about those 3-day, not 3-day, 13 and Amber. Sebastian Law. I'm making a note real quick, you guys. Otherwise, I'll forget it. I'll be like, what did I say? And I don't want to have to watch a whole video to find what I said. Okay, Sebastian Rogers, 13 and plus Amber Law. Okay, we're going to start that in a couple days. Also, platform I've got written down. We have a lot to do, you guys. 350 raised, Jennifer. You guys are incredible. Sorry for yelling. I am so proud of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are amazing. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Marcy's Australia. Says, I'll spread the word to my PPS in the USA. Thank you, thank you. All right. We have a lot. My brain is fried. Like, we did good work when your brain is like, I can't think anymore. We've done good. We literally have a green ducky with I think that's a green flower on it by our door that we touch for good luck when leaving. Aw, that's so cool. That is so cool. Made you jump, Jenny? I was making sure you are awake. Okay. Mr. Iss is going to share something on the platform. Share some platform info. Thank you. Thank you. Boogie Green Street donated $20 to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Thank you incredibly much. You guys, we are getting it up there. We're at $370. Thank you. You guys are so incredible. I was just hoping we would even be able to make a dent. And you guys blew my mind. Thank you. Crystal Clear says, I was watching a psychic about Sebastian, and she said there would be a new law because of this. What if we are the new lawmakers? I just feel like God's behind me on this. I know our 1111 family is, and I know there's going to be a lot of people that can help get this out there, right? It'll be interesting. Before I go, I want to tell you, I can't go. We're getting donations. I can't go. We're helping out the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. We have another $20 donation in the house. Thank you, Jenna. You guys are blowing my mind. What are we at? We're at $390, you guys. $390. Thank you, Jesus, above and in our heart. You guys are incredible. I'm going to do a little dance for Sebastian and everybody, because this is how we help. This is how we get back. You guys, I love you. Darlene Wolf says, I always wanted to do something in memory of my daughter, stillborn, full term. Lovely. This is going to give us that tangible feeling of the one thing that we can latch onto and see it all the way till its success comes to fruition. There's nothing that can stop us on this. You know me. If I've been in true crime at the level I have, and trust me, Sassy can tell you, it's deep. Like I've had I didn't go incognito for the first 4 years of that channel for nothing. I had to grow a crowd to protect me because there were people having to check on me during that Steve Avery case because I was basically like very, very close to ground zero with 3 corrupt counties right there. And on the other side of me, so we went from the Teresa Halbach, which was Manitowoc, Calumet, and another county. And then if you went next to me, which was Clark and Chippewa County, guess what? Christine Rudy's case. And I happen to know that girl personally. And so I don't know if you've ever heard about the Christine Rudy case, but she was 6 months pregnant when her husband decided that it was time that they parted ways. And it was right down the road. And then he proceeded to do an exact duplicate of what is alleged that Steve Avery did. And the anthropologist worked both cases, the Christine Rudy case and the Teresa Halbach case, at the same time. So now that we've dug in, we've always wondered if the actual evidence of the bones in one of the most national cases that started the true crime genre, which was Steve Avery's case, basically, on YouTube anyway, if that case was actually nefariously, there was some switching of evidence, and the Christine Rudy's bones were actually taken over by the anthropologist to the Stephen Avery case. It gets crazy. I've even lost where I'm going. Sometimes, like, if I get into the Stephen Avery case, I'm gone. It goes a long way. But if I guess I was talking about how deep I get, and then I went down the rabbit hole. Okay, so you feel me. We're not going to give up on this. So it's okay to get on board. It's okay to be fully supportive of this law. And it's okay to start thinking about it. To start really figuring out what are the dynamics. We'll get our platform set up first where we communicate every detail. We'll have voting systems set up. I feel like every 1111 needs to be able to vote, right? We have an amazing family. Jennifer Swain, I love you, darling. You said, y'all are so generous. This is such a worthy cause, and the 1111 family is the best, most generous. My heart is so full. I know, mine too. Can you hear it? Can you feel it? RD channel. Total bad ASS, above and beyond. Amazing, said Sassy. Y'all, we would do study groups where we would go live, where you could sit and type, but we weren't communicating to you guys. We would go live and we would be in a search group, in a sense, a research group, where we would all be on the phone at the same time. Kind of like StreamYard is now, all right? But we had our own system. And it allowed us to broadcast those research groups out to everybody. And they would listen in as the researchers, and it was a dedicated group of researchers. And we all were incredible together. When I wanted to step outside the Avery case, everybody literally flipped their wig. They were like, you can't leave him now. And I'm like, I'm not leaving him. I want to cover like Darlie Routier and some other cases. And so we had to separate our ways because I felt it was time for me to explore and help more people, right? Are you serious? Anonymous just donated another $50. Thank you. I don't know where we are. Where are we, Jennifer? How are we doing? Thank you. Oh my golly. Woo. I'm waiting for the total. That blows my mind. Oh my gosh. You guys realize what we've accomplished tonight? Like, boom. Interior Family Lovely, we've raised more than 300 by a lot. By a lot. I think we're close to 500. Somebody give me the number. Mr. Ifs, I think you missed a few. Jennifer, you know the number, lovely. It's only at 300. Are you sure, love? I'm going to wait for Jennifer. I love you, but I think we're doing a little better than that. Dana Lynn says, yes, it took us 2 years to find her. Well, and Dana, we're going to have a call-in again soon. And yes, way more so's as correct. I'm pretty sure we're right at 500. We're very, very close, if not over. This has been an amazing night. Like, the universe is like showing me when abundance is coming in like that, we're on the right path. And we have helped the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. With you have helped, I have helped, we have all helped them gain $50 per person here, almost like $500 worth of supplies. Maybe that's just ink, or maybe that's to help get something done for a parent that is desperately seeking their child. Welcome, Kathy Edge, to Starlight Seed. Crystal Clear says, oh, wow, I knew a lady that her husband was a police officer and was at Ground Zero and passed away from cancer. Oh, Lord. I'm not talking about 9/11 Ground Zero. I'm talking Ground Zero of the crime. It shows 300. Yes, but it's not adding it up, because we've seen more donations than that. I'm pretty sure it's up there. Well, we'll say 300, but I'm pretty sure we're higher than that. The Holly Bubble case? Right. I know it's showing 300. I don't know. Where's it showing it? I don't know how to look. Hold on. Oops, what'd I do? Oops. 420. Well, there you go. 420, you guys. And I did a little research. And I feel a lot better knowing that marijuana didn't seem to cause anything, but actually it seems to help people that have issues and stuff. So it very healing. Hey, Jude. Don't be sad. All right, my loves. We have done amazing. I think we can go. I'm exhausted. Are you guys tired? I'm tired. Thank you all. You're amazing. I'm going to go to bed tonight, and I feel like it's Christmas. I feel like we did something so amazing tonight. Not only did we share a tip, right, that all of you have helped me get that tip together, but we got $420 for St. Jude, or not, Lord, for the right cause. I told you I'm getting tired. I saw Chris, and in my head, St. Jude popped in. We have raised $425 plus 80, 500. We made it. $500. We made it. Thank you, Anonymous, for another $80. You are incredible. You are amazing. You guys, we raised $500 for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children tonight. $505. Anonymous, you're incredible. Jennifer, you're incredible. Everybody that donated, Mr. Ifs, everybody that donated, I love you from the bottom of my heart. You guys, there's more? Okay. Should I just wait? Because I want us to be able to raise. Yeah. You guys, 500. I think that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's go with that. I really wish somebody could prove me wrong on this theory, but we're going to end on a good note. We've done amazing tonight. We've shared our heart, our tip, our time, our energy, our love, complete unconditional love with Sebastian. And we shared finances as well. $585, says Dana Lynn. You guys are incredible. I love ya. To the moon and back. God bless you all. we're going to make a difference on this world, and we're going to change the future for our children together. One night, one voice at a time.
You can tell yourself and all our friends I was wrong and you were right. But your sins that happened in the dark will come out in the light. I'm not gonna waste my breath, I won't put up a fight. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. When a train whistles far away, and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul, the world will be reminded of what it already knows. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. No one may ever say a thing, but surely as the seasons change, you feel like every finger points at you 'cause you're to blame. And the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. And time will tell, time will tell on you. It's gonna tell on you.